Hi there, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the studio and we're going to take a look back on 2023. So I've already shared the highlights of 2023 for me in the garden, in my family, and some fun places that I got to experience. But this video is specifically in reference to my top 10 goals for 2023. Did I make them? Did I fail, or are they no longer valid? So I will link below the video of my top 10 goals in the description below, so you can check that out to see what my intentions were. And then we're just going to go through each one in order and talk about what actually happened in the garden. So goal number 1 was irrigation. Total fail. One nod to that is we did buy one hose link, which we have not hooked up yet. We'll be sharing that with you in a video coming out in the next month or so. And I want to get one more hose link for another area, and then definitely we're going to be adding in actual irrigation in the ground with timers and the whole 9 yards. We're definitely upping our watering game this year to be more efficient so that we're not wasting water, and also putting them on timers will allow us to travel a little bit more in the hot summer months. Goal number 2, add a new fence to the backyard to match the fencing that was in the middle of the yard. We did that. It looks fantastic. I love how it turned out. Goal number 3 was to reconstitute our shed area, and we didn't touch that. We didn't get to it because we were building the greenhouse and we just didn't get around to that side of the house. But we do want to do it this year. So that's going to be a continuum to our goals, right? It's still on the docket. Goal number 4, build a gazebo and patio. We did that in the Mermaid Garden, and that gazebo is so cute. I love it so much. We are definitely gonna be working in the Mermaid Garden a little bit more this year and just zhuzhing it up a little, adding some perennials, adding some shrubs, making sure that the roses that we have growing on that gazebo are the right roses for the right place, all the good things. So yes, the gazebo got built, which was a big check in my book, because I had been waiting for a couple of years to build that thing. Goal number 5 was the creek restoration, and we started on that. It's going to be a long-term goal. It's a very large area, and we are doing it at no cost or very low cost. So, manpower and money and all that, we just have to take it really slow. We have really steep banks on the creek, so we need to make sure that they're stabilized as we go along. We can't just go ripping out all the ivy and the blackberries and just not plant anything there. So it's a little bit of a slow process. It's really enjoyable, and it's been really fun to see it change over the last summer, and I'm looking forward to continuing that project. Goal number 6, greenhouse build. Yes, we built our greenhouse at the beginning of 2023. I thought I was getting a much smaller lean-to greenhouse that we were going to put in the front yard, and it was going to be I think it was going to be 6 by 4. I think it was going to be 6 by 4 and leaning against the side of the house. Instead, we built a full-size greenhouse in the backyard. I'm so glad Spencer decided to make it bigger because it fits the garden perfectly. It was a fun process to put it together. It was a beautiful addition to the garden, and I'm really excited to start using it. So that got done. And number 7 was composting. Spencer wanted to revamp our compost area. That area is also by the shed that we didn't get to. We did not get to compost either. So I think that whole area of the garden and back of the garage area is going to be really focused on this coming year. The other thing that's going to happen back there is we had a new house built that we can see very, very clearly from that area, and I want to get some living fences going, or living fence going. So we've been doing some research on plants that we could grow there that will grow quickly in the shade and give us some privacy. And that's also in that area, so that whole area is just going to be, you know, kind of a little bit of a focus for spring and summer this coming year. Goal number 8, the black and white garden. It was a really fun experiment to do all black and white flowers. It was somewhat successful. It didn't have the impact that I was looking for, and it got cut short because we built the greenhouse where the black and white garden was installed. So I did wait for some of the black and white garden plants to come up, the lilies. I waited for them to bloom and pulled them out and deconstructed the bed that they were in so that we could build our greenhouse. And I never got around to doing the annuals and perennials that I had intended to put in there to create that summer black and white vibe. We're not going to be doing that this year. Sometimes things just get knocked away and that's one of the things that happened, and I'm okay with it because the result of that area was even better than I could ever imagine. Number 9 was building shelves for my plants, and I got to do that in both my studio and my living room, which I'm really pleased with. They worked out really well and they look really good, and my plants are all happy. So I'm glad that we got that done, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of something like that in the dining room in the next couple of weeks as well, and I'll share that with you as obviously. All right, so then number 10 is the moon garden, and I think that was a really successful endeavor this year, where we went week by week looking at how to garden by the moon, and I really focused those tasks in my moon garden. I kind of trickled it out into the rest of the garden as well, but I really focused on the moon garden so that I could really see how implementing those moon phases into the garden actually amplified the garden experience. I think it went really well, and I'm excited to expand on that. The other thing that happened with the moon garden is not just gardening by the moon, but I created a moon garden, a little space dedicated to the moon that can really shine underneath the moonlight and in the dusk light. So all the white flowers and dusty blue foliage really popped and looked so beautiful, and we got all these little moon elements in there. It was really, really fun space this year. We will continue doing that, developing that area and making sure that it's a really dedicated moon garden experience, but I will also be expanding moon gardening throughout the garden. And on a personal note, I'm following the moon phases a little bit closer. I've been loosely following them. I haven't really done a deep dive, and I'm curious to see how the moon phases are affecting my mood and my energy levels, and how that translates into the garden. And do I notice when I'm feeling uplifted and fun and excited and shining bright, does that correlate with what the moon phase is, what is expected of the moon phase? And is my garden in full bloom and really, popping with color? I just want to see how my personal like energy levels are corresponding with my garden energy levels, and are those all in sync with the moon phases. It's just a personal thing that I want to do, and I think it's kind of an interesting concept, and I want to see how it goes. I'll share my experience with you as we continue on in 2024. I did find that gardening by the moon phase was effective, so I will continue with that for sure, and I do want to continue sharing that with you on this channel. So that is it for our look back in 2023. I'm going to sit right here and record the next video for you for 2020, looking forward to 2024. So you'll notice that I'm sitting in the same spot, wearing the same things, and I will see you in the next video. I hope that you are celebrating your life. Bye.